that hand clap from the hash.
But I think the question that overwhelms that question is why the fuck we still doing this? That seems to be a better question. It seems crazy.
Well, how are you gonna reboot it? Like a 10-year-old kid, I'm like, this is what the rich people talk. This is, I wish I understood some of that.
Let's speak
we're talking about
in the
I was trying to kid. Yeah, he was like,
make the world stress me, stress
but anyway, he was I guess he really felt, yeah, I felt like,
mathematically correct to wreck on the daily. This ain't a Prince project, put out on days. Niggas talk check my voice like bullets. I deflect your sex. I check the scanner. Damn, you're persistent. I stand with my fist clenched tightly around the microphone like a scepter. With rhymes that seas can't see like a specter. The inspector with the nectar, sharp like a black and decker. I twist a nigga neck like Chubby Checker. Respector, hieroglyphic insignia. You know it means murder with lyrics unheard of. Stamina, and with a new flow to boot. Don't try to execute my patterns. I took hella notes while battling. Dismantling opponents alone with my trusty verbs. MCs disturbed. Everybody on my block gon' rock. To MCs, I'm hella cocky, so I keep my rhymes cocked in position. And if you actually listen to what I'm saying, you'll see you can't resist them. They're succulent. And if you don't like them, fuck. Anybody would take C, it's a delicacy, not a mere hors d'oeuvre. And it's totally take out about $1 million like that. Absolutely a beauty to crush the shit that's blue tea, cause I figure that's the
world. Who does? Nobody does.
I can see patterns in our communication, in our expression of ideas. It's like what you were talking about with kids today. I'm not surprised by that at all, and I'm excited by it because I think that people are more open. They're way smarter than I was when I was their age. If you talk to like an average 10-year-old or 11-year-old, they know so much more about how the world works.
The amount of work in school is
kids go to school all day. Homework, fuck you. In a day is there? You're preparing people for suck. That's what you're doing.
Yeah, my kids, they're up till 11 o'clock at night doing work, not hanging out, not screwing around, like working.
That takes the rest of your life. You need life. It's really important.
Especially when it's a. Now, if you want these kids to, they could. Teaching methods and things that are going to jobs going out. Then it's like, all right, spend a little time on that.
They're also training people to put their energy into things that don't bring some kind of discipline, a certain kind of morose, dark cloud discipline. Hit with the hammer. But stay alive. In order to stay alive, we have to work. Bang, bang, bang. Throw those.
And you're a kid, like, oh wait, I just want to hang out.
Man.
Hey.
I want to do so many things, and
I mean, I've got two and one. Like she's funny, she doesn't care about authority, she's clever, just not into school.
She's probably smart. She is. Her dad doesn't do nothing.
I know. That's right. That's exactly it. He's baking bread. I either see him baking bread or going to a show.
That's not It's true. Billy's dad.
Yeah, you don't go to work. Parent, I can't be like, yeah, just hang out.
That they can get into.
Yeah.
Super important.
But what about the school thing? Can you? You're
an adult. Science shows on TV about fucking space and astrology.
They make it look cool.
It's fascinating. Yeah. The Cosmos. You see the Neil deGrasse Tyson series?
The best.
I couldn't wait for that thing to come on every week.
We celebrated when that came out.
Look, science is fascinating. You find he's 7-year could not have given of a fuck about any of it. I was like, about stuff. He gets you so excited about ideas that he's talking about.
Yeah. He's intelligent to explain it in a way that you understand.
Also, I think his passion for it's real. And here's the other thing, it's almost like it's engineered to be that way. And I don't want to get all fucking crazy Tower 7 on anybody. But if you look at the idea of school itself, why the paying those teachers so little? They have arguably the most important job in developing your child outside of you, right?
Yeah.
It's you, the parent, and then the teacher.
Yeah, for sure.
And how many teachers are kind of barely getting by with a total ceiling on how much money they can make?
You're right. Because my science teacher he wasn't like being paid. He was a stressed out, chain smoking, angry guy in bad, shitty clothes because he couldn't afford anything else. This guy's life pressures are so huge.
Yeah.
He can't be like jazzed about science.
Right.
He's worried about getting kicked out of his apartment and whether he's got lung cancer from chain smoking.
Yeah.
If you did pay this guy twice what he was making, he'd be relaxed, he'd be motivated, he'd be into it, he could spend more time putting together his lesson plans.
You know, but if that's what you want to do, like if you want to be a teacher, well, you know how much you're going to get paid.
Yeah.
But why? It's one of those things where you're getting paid that much because people have decided you're getting paid that much. They've decided to only allocate a certain amount of resources towards education.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, think about how much more money they spend on military.
Well, I was just going to say that. There's no talk right now about increasing spending for schools.
It's probably the most important thing we could do is make less losers, right? Make the schools better.
It is the most important thing. But is there an advantage to keeping some part of the population dumb?
Man, that's the big. I don't think that's the big conspiracy theory, right? But I don't think it's a conspiracy. I think it is just a convenience. I think once people are in a community that's poor, there's no incentive for the wealthy people that are in government or running government to say, let's allocate an inordinate amount of resources to try to rebuild these areas. They don't benefit from that.
Or people with money.
The only way you can get them to benefit, I saw that. Chance the Rapper donated $1 million to Chicago. So congratulations to that guy. That's a fucking awesome human being.
He's a crazy.
Owen, you donate $1 million. Yeah. Shit, how much did you make, kid?
Yeah.
Hashtag ballin'. Yeah, man, I just think that it's not necessarily a conspiracy as much as it's just easy to ignore.
No,
like, those people don't have influence.
And the people making the decisions put their kids in private school and they don't have to worry.
Exactly.
You know, if everybody had to go to their local public school, I bet they'd change.
Well, it's worse because you're making things less safe because you're creating more crime because you're creating more disenfranchised people, and you're creating more of a need to stay in your wealthy communities.
Yeah.
You know how it is. I mean, it is, but it's that there's no incentive to change. It's not like there's a giant amount of pressure to look at the same way we look. We have to go to Afghanistan so it doesn't fall apart. You fucking Chicago's falling apart, man. Like, what are you talking about? It's right there. Why do you have to go to Afghanistan when you haven't done shit about Detroit?
Yeah.
Detroit is completely. There's a lot of fucked up spots in this country where there's dangerous. Flint still doesn't have good water. Right? Is that still going on in Flint, Michigan?
Yeah.
What?
It's gonna get worse now because they're abolishing the water tax.
So it's gonna get worse.
What's going to happen? Look, we all are nervous about a lot of different things. My only focus is the environment and what's going on with that, because that I care the most about, and I don't like my kids to.
It's also something you can't pull back. If there's financial things,
they're reversing everything.
How's that?
Emissions on cars. They're going to come to California, who has the most advanced emissions controls, and it's working. They're going to California to lessen the emissions restrictions the way that the rest of the country is, and they're going to go back like 20 years. They're changing emissions. You know what they're doing? Not funding satellites that keep track of of climate change.
Yeah.
They're going to cut off the information so you don't complain when Miami's underwater. They're putting waste back in the waters. They're taking all the regulations off. The head of the EPA is the guy who sued the shit out of the EPA, hates the EPA. They're tearing it all down.
Can I ask you a question, Tom Papa?
Drilling for gas in Yellowstone. So they're opening the door for all of this. Just yes.
Are you a cuck?
What?
You know what that means?
No.
People who are anti-Trump when you are.
It's a cuck.
Yeah.
No, my only focus is what's going to happen with the
But
environment.
it's also
It
like.
sounds like
God damn it! What is the official definition again? It used to be cuckold, based on cuckold, which is
Yeah,
like a
isn't
man
that-
who likes watching other men fuck his wife. It's a whole like level of porn. It's the official definition now. It was confusing to us, but it's sort of a political thing. It's sort of like pretending you're progressive.
New one, I guess.
Oh, there's a new one. An insult that reveals sexual insecurity, misogyny. Those who use the term. Oh, that's so ridiculous. Yeah, it's like this in GQ magazine. What does cuck mean? Why are you being called one? A weakless, spineless, and decidedly specimen of manly. It's a derivative of the term. Okay, so that makes sense. Angry white people. Why angry white people?
I'm calling people cucks.
White men. That's the real problem. And the newscasters would be like, we'll be right back with the weather. They didn't even know what to say. You say it right there.
Fuck you.
He loves cuckold erotic.